space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilization, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Hi and welcome back. Right, so if you recall last time while I was doing the decals, I started work on the control panel for the effects I'm incorporating. So I got the first unit built, so it's now, I've got the second of these to make. That's already planned out. Only difference is this one's getting 3 buttons instead of 2. So that won't take long to cut out and glue together. But then I've also got the third part, which is going to be for the speaker. So I want like a square box, probably rounded edges at the top. But I want a hole in the centre, set back slightly, with the speaker behind that. But I'm going to hide that with a piece of metal grill. Put a bit of plastic thin styrene behind it. That in metallic gold I found. The plastic in metallic silver. I'm thinking of using a light blue for this, and I think it'll give a really nice effect, like a piece of the equipment from TOS. So I'm going to get the first one of these made, and then I can work out how high and how wide I want this piece to be, not to look silly. So I'll get this one cut out, glued together, and we'll get back to you. Right, so I've got the second box for the buttons put together. Holes drilled out, all stuck down. Started putting, obviously more putting, more sanding, but I put a coat of primer on because it's easier to see what you're doing that way. But now that's together, I can get an idea of what size I want a box that's going to have the speaker in the centre. Doesn't need to be massively bigger, so I'm thinking maybe only 0.5 centimetre larger than the speaker, and maybe the same height as if a box is stood on its end. So I'm going to get something mashed up with cardboard like I did the original plot for this. Now I can see the sizes I want, so I'll get my cardboard box made. This all putted properly, reprimed and coloured with the black gloss, the same as my other, just from being too close to where I'm sanding. I'll clean that off and we'll take it from there then. Right, so I've got this piece, it's been all putted and sanded again. I want to put another coat of primer on it, see if there's any more putting and sanding to do. I think there might be a couple of bits around here, but that looks a lot nicer. That looks all filled in. That looks like there might be a couple of, maybe a bit more sanding actually there first. But I've also got my little mock-up out of cardboard made. That'll stand between, so it'll be sort of twice as high. I want it set back a bit. I think that might be too much. I've done that 1 centimetre, and I think I might cut down to maybe 3/4 centimetre, even 0.5 centimetre. So I don't want it looking silly back, but I do want it a little bit of an indentation. So I'm going to get this transferred onto the styrene sheet, cut out, glued together, and then I can get this primed at the same time that I prime this part again, so I'm not all over the place. So I'll get this transferred over, cut out, glued up together, and get back to you. Right, so I've got my speaker compartment put together. I've just put some putty all over everything, drying to fill all the gaps. I will probably make up some milliput because I want to really curve into these sides to get a really nice look. But I went for just 5mm on these parts coming in, and I think it's a lot better than what I had there. And you can get an idea that once it's painted up and it has a backing on it, it's going to look quite effective. So I'm going to let that putty dry, get it sanded down, get some primer on it, and we can have a better look. Right, so I've got my second box for the buttons finished and painted up, finished, all done. Really pleased with how good a match I got for the first one in size and height and angles, and so I'm quite happy with that first scratch build of two identical boxes, apart from how many buttons. I've got the compartment for the speaker. This has been puttied and primed and sanded. Need to do a bit more on this top. Need to do a bit more sanding around here, but this is what the primer does. It shows up these marks when you've been doing loads of sanding. But that's getting there. I used milliput, so I've got nice curve in place now, so looking right. I got my mesh painted with the gold. That's come out a nice colour that I wanted. The metallic one for the silver was a lot darker than I expected, so I've ended up using Tamiya Chrome Silver X11. So they will look like that, which is going to give it a really nice effect when it's in there. Obviously that needs to be positioned properly, but that's the effect I was going for, with silver with gold on top, and because I've used the mesh, it gives that textured look to it. So I'm going to get that last bit of sanding done, and then I'll be painting it up and getting it all just glued together, and that'll be my control panel finished. So once we've got this painted, I'll get back to you. Right, so my speaker sound box is together now. I really like this effect I got with the gold and silver behind. Like the colour. I need to put a semi-gloss coat on, but I've just realised I've run out, so I'm gonna wait for my model shop to be open Wednesday, I think it is, till I can get that done. But I can come back and do that. I'll get the buttons in the other two units and we'll have a look at it lit up. Right, so that's my control panel, how it'll be sat at the front of the base. The last hole will be for the power on off switch, but I need to extend some of the wires. I think that's quite nice with them lit up. I've noticed I've put a little fingerprint there, so I'll touch that little bit of paint up. But obviously I still need to put a clear coat over this, waiting for that to arrive, but no need to wait 4 days. You can see what I've built now. So for this episode, that's it. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Keep trekking. Keep modelling. Thank you. Bye-bye.